Hey nerds, leave your feelings at the door, cause it's my time.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another Blerd Mob production. I am your host, Foop. I'm joined by King, Ron. We got the Dark Sage in the building, and we got Antoine. So, special shout out to Sage, our favorite influencer and content creator on the anime culture. Make sure you guys check him out on Instagram at Chase the Dark Sage and follow him on Twitter at the Dark Sage. And if this is your first time checking us out, make sure you follow us on social media. We're on Instagram at the Blerd Mob Pod. You can find us on Twitter at the Blerd Mob, and you can find us on Facebook and TikTok at the Blerd Mob Podcast. Also, if you are watching us for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Hit that follow button if you're watching us on Twitch. And if you're watching this on Facebook Live, make sure you like the page and share the video. And also make sure you check out the Dark Sages page after this video.
I also heard the Dark Sage got a new podcast. What's that all about?
Oh, look, it gets toxic over there. Look, I got a new hip hop podcast. Shout out to Foop, because she helped me set everything up. And so we got a little hip hop podcast over there where we talk about underground music, mainstream music, and we have some toxic conversations over there. But we also talk about Black culture as well, though. And I'm enjoying it.
Would you
I've
like
seen
to
y'all drop some dangerously hot takes?
Oh yeah, we said some stuff about. We've definitely debated about topics like certain artists that have passed aren't legends. I remember we was getting a whole bunch of comments on Sunday about that, and woo, that was a doozy. But yeah, we getting through it. We getting through it. I love it. I love the toxicity over there.
What Ron said, I want to start some controversy.
That's what we do over there. That's what we do. I mean,
audience.
we don't purposely do it, but it works. It works.
Look, King over there giving you the death stare. I know he get passionate
No,
about that.
Look, King.
I'm just
He
chilling.
said that Mrs. Officer statement put you on his naughty list.
Not really, but Mrs.
I found
Officer
out.
number, we got to get into that number because we can.
Would you like to let everybody know what's the name of your hip hop podcast, Sage?
Yeah, the podcast name is Beyond Beats and Culture, or in other words, the BBC podcast. You get
Not
what
the
I'm saying?
BBC.
Hey, yo.
Beyond Beats and Culture.
Yo,
But you'll never forget it. But you'll
Exactly,
never.
Exactly. We're the
Y'all
BBC
did that
pod.
Y'all did that on purpose.
We did.
Not the
did.
BBC podcast.
Hey, yo. They said, bro,
Well,
how can we
I
get
mean,
BBC,
at
bro?
first.
They worked in reverse.
They had a
It
round
does
table.
I really want to name it BBC.
Yeah, I think we should go with that. I think we'll go with that.
We need some real
Beyond.
words, though.
Culture,
Let's pull everything
yeah.
around.
But,
That's crazy.
but yo, how everybody doing today?
Doing cool. Cool.
The weather
this-
might be flip-flopping.
You said what?
So.
Yeah. The weather just flip-flopping now, but it's all good.
It was cold yesterday.
It's gonna
And
be
I-
cold again
This that
tomorrow.
weather that get you sick. As my grandma used to say. Don't go out there, you're going to get sick.
Wrap your chest up.
Hey, did y'all parents have y'all wearing them long johns under y'all clothes?
No, sir.
Only when it got real, it had to be super cold for that. Like,
Yeah.
but it wasn't too much. No long john. Like, that's.
They used to make my arms and shit itch. I couldn't wear them.
But like, now that I live in Nebraska, and I'm really looking like, why was we wearing long johns in Mississippi?
In Mississippi, cold as it was 42 degrees.
I'm like, this the damn state we should have been wearing long johns. Why the hell are y'all selling long johns in Mississippi?
Yeah.
And them few kids will be having the big bubble coats.
Yeah.
Y'all
Couldn't
can't even. Y'all
any
can't even.
excuse.
Hey, global warming said, "Put the bubble coat away, baby. You don't need that. Them baby fat jackets. You wear a baby.
Ooh.
You wear a baby fat jacket in the middle of December in Mississippi. You will be musty. And I.
You
Them folks that
will.
wear them hoodies in 70,
Them-
80-degree weather.
You're
Look.
musty. Just look at me like you musty.
I know you cutting up under that jacket.
So
Don't you
Ryan got
ever-
that look on his face like he used to wear his hoodies all day.
Yeah, get hot.
I know it.
Look, I was at Stuff Country's Chubby Kid, so I thought the hoodie made me look smaller. So I kept
I
it
knew
on.
it. I saw it
kept
all
it
on
on.
his face.
Wait,
Do I look
Ryan's cooking.
slim?
Ryan is cooking.
I kept it on. That look, bro. I wasn't the only one who did that.
He said, "I can't take this motherfucker off."
I was the self-conscious chubby kid
This
too.
my
The one thing I
slim
wasn't gonna
hoodie.
do was be high.
I kept that deodorant on me though. I was
Yeah.
Got that extra thick.
Yeah.
Boy had
Navy
the
hoodie.
speed stick in his pocket.
In the black and white tube, so it don't leave no marks.
All right, y'all. But we are here, as you've seen us promoting on the socials. We're here for round 2 of our Pixar versus DreamWorks tournament. Which animation studio had the best movie? Round 1 was a bit of a doozy. We're going to see how today turns out. But before we get into it, we're still celebrating Women's History Month. The first week, we did women in the TV and film industry. Last week, we did women in the video game industry. And today, we're going to be doing women in the anime, manga, and comic book industry. And we're going to be doing something a little bit fun today. So, along with recognizing some notable figures in the industry, we're going to be doing either whether you got a top 3 or a top 5 anime or comic book characters. So who want to go first? Nose goes.
Wait,
I'll
what does
go.
nose goes mean?
You supposed to press your nose real quick right after they say it.
Well, you going first,
Oh.
Ron, because everybody touched it. No, it's too late.
It is too late.
Fine. I'm doing anime. I got my top 5. Y'all know who some of these are. First, we got Yoruichi Shihoen from Bleach, Princess Hibana from Fire Force, Mira Jane Strauss from Fairy Tail, Merlin from the Seven Deadly Sins, Tsubaki from Soul Eater, and special recognition Freerin. She might jump on that list as I see more of the anime come out, or if I ever go back and read the manga, but she up there too.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's next? Go.
So now I go Reptalia.
Go.
I'll go.
Bro, you
next.
can say Reptalia.
She ain't top 5, but she up there.
But did you name more than 5 though?
He did an honorable mention.
I did an honorable mention.
Oh, you didn't want to put her as the second honorable mention?
Why you trying to force?
Why don't you say Ralph Talia?
No, it didn't give. I heard that that was your girl.
Why don't you put Ralph Talia? Come on,
And not every time I see Ralph Talia on my team, I'm like, that's
I just gave you 6 amazing women, and you ain't
they're
saying
all amazing. Yeah, they're all beautiful, amazing women.
All right, Hugh Hefner, you just ain't satisfied.
Oh wow.
That's crazy.
All right, Sage, you said you was gonna go next.
Yeah, I could go next. First person I want to do, one of the best manga could have do it based off of one work. Hiromo Arakawa, the mangaka for Fullmetal Alchemist. Everybody knows Fullmetal Alchemist is one of the top animes of all time, and obviously stemming from the manga itself, pretty top tier mangaka. We also got Rumiko Takahashi, very great catalog with Ranma One Half, Inuyasha, Mason Akeko. She has a long history in manga. I think she's one of the greatest mangaka of all time, especially for a woman being in that space with some of the greats. You don't really see a lot of other women mangaka have such a catalog like hers. And then the next one, I'm gonna put a newer one in there. The Dorohedoro mangaka, Q Hayashida. I think that's how you say the name.
I didn't know it was a lady who wrote Dorohedoro. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Very great artwork.
Dorohedoro.
So far from what I read, it was pretty cool. Very weird, out of there, but very unique as well. So definitely have to put her on that list.
Okay.
I learned something new. Nice.
Who's next? Go.
I can go. I'll go. All right. So first, I got Robin, One Piece. I got Mirko. We got Maki. We got
Which
Urza.
Maki?
Maki from Jujutsu.
Okay.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
You only like her because she did that split.
Ooh.
No.
Yikes.
No.
Yikes.
This is more than 5, by the way, but it's only like a couple.
Oh, he said he listened to girls.
We got
It's ladies' night.
We got Hibana. We got Shura from Blue Exorcist.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mhm. That's all I got.
Okay.
Antoine, we on the same. Sure, like in my bottom 4, like the ones after the 5. I feel
Yeah.
you. We up there. I feel that.
You
I
got
guess I'll
next
go
game.
next. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna start with anime. So my top 3 anime. We got who did I say? Because we was just talking about this. That's
How you gonna say
crazy.
you gonna start with anime?
Raptalia better be in
No, we
there.
got because it threw me off that girl named not Usagi. What was her name?
Sagiri.
Sagiri. So my girl Sagiri from Hell's Paradise. Let's give a shout out to Uraraka from My Hero. And who else did I say? Oh, Deanne from Seven Deadly Sins. That's my girl.
Okay.
Then for comics, we're gonna do Storm. Y'all see my girl in the background. I had to put her on to grace this live. She's gonna be the #1 comic book character in any universe. Then we got I give Wonder Woman #2. I really like Wonder Woman, like what she stands for, women empowerment, all that. And #3, does Korra count as a comic book character? Does she come from a comic book?
Avatar's a comic book.
Yeah,
Well,
so yeah, I'm gonna put Korra
okay.
as
It
#3.
didn't come first,
It
but
didn't come first, but sure.
But ain't she in a comic? Don't she have? You can open a comic and read about Korra.
Yeah, she got comics.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna put Korra as #3.
We're gonna let you slide with that. We'll let you slide with that.
Sage was the only one who did Real Women to help us out. Food.
I had one. I want to shout out Nawako Takeuchi, the mangaka behind Sailor Moon, one of my favorite animes. I wanted to put that out there because last time I did, I was real heavy on the comic book stuff, so I wanted to come in with the anime stuff. I'll do top 5 female anime characters: Elsa Scarlet, Fairy Tail; Mikasa Ackerman, Attack on Titan; Tsunade, Naruto; Sailor Mars, obviously Sailor Moon; and number 5, Sakura from Naruto.
I knew 2 of those was gonna be on now.
I'll be forgetting. that you like Sakura.
Huh?
I'll be forgetting that you like Sakura.
It's when we got to Shippuden, she really
She spoke to
She
you.
just turned her life around.
She turned her life around.
Sage, you making a face. You got some on your chest.
I'm not
Sakura.
Mm.
I'll be real. I'm not a Sakura hater, especially after rereading Naruto. Like I think a year or 2 ago. I'm not a Sakura hater. That's it. I'm not a Sakura hater. I wasn't gonna say nothing else. I don't need to say nothing else. I'm just not a Sakura hater.
It's fine.
I just think she's a very I don't think she was done fairly in the series.
I agree.
I think all the women in Naruto aren't done fairly because most of them are either healers. They not really up in the forefront like Tsunade.
They just thirsting over some boy.
Or they thirsting over a man. I hear you. 100%.
So, yeah. But the main character thirsts over a man too, though. So I'm not really
also true. 2 things can be true at once.
You know what?
He didn't lie.
You're right.
It was that first arc.
Everybody thirsty.
Naruto's a love story. It's not a action come to light, become your ultimate goal self. It's a love story.
Raisin Phoenix said you sound like a Sakura hater.
I didn't say nothing bad about Sakura. What? I mean, Sakura don't have nothing awesome like Tsunade, but I mean, Sakura,
that is true. That is true.
Sakura's cool. That's all I'll say.
Sakura.
Sakura's cool. She has some standout moments here and there.
It was that first arc of Shippuden, and I was like, okay.
When she was fighting Sasori?
Yeah.
That was her best moment to me. To me, there's nothing.
It was.
Yeah.
She made a redemption.
When I watched it in dub and she was get over here, and I was like, okay, this bitch must be Scorpion.
She made a huge comeback. Like
that's
what we saw in OG Naruto. Yeah, she was on top of running the hospital. She had her strength. She unlocked her chakra control and all that stuff. You got to give her props.
She mastered the 100 healings, which the other person on
Shizune
the
couldn't even
Tsunade
do that.
couldn't do that.
Shizune, yeah.
Yeah. So, but my top 3 comic book characters. Number 1, gotta give it to Princess Coriander of Tamaran, aka Starfire.
Oh,
Gotta give it to the princess. I had to give her full title, regal title. Number 2, Scarlet Witch. That's a nasty lady. That's a nasty lady. Comic books and in the MCU. That's a nasty lady. Number 3, I'm gonna give it to Rogue. I was between Rogue and Polaris from X-Men, but I'm gonna give it to Rogue. I like Rogue. And that's Raising the Phoenix says Starfire don't get enough love. She don't. I can complain all night.
You know why?
I'm gonna be real though. If I ever see comic book nerds talking about DC comics, that's where I do see Starfire love. Outside of that, I don't
in
see
the comics, because in the comics, she go in the Teen Titan. They dumbed her down in that Teen Titan show.
In the original
they gave the OG.
Yeah.
Oh.
They dumbed her down and beefed up Raven. Because Raven, in the comic books, Raven's sorry. I think they beefed up some more in the comics, but when they first started them 80s comics, Raven was sorry. And Starfire was overpowered as hell. And then when we got to the series, they flipped them. They gave Raven a little bit more oomph. And then Starfire, they just made her like ignorant.
They had Blackfire looking cold though.
Yeah, but they let Blackfire fly though. In the comic book, she's a cripple. But hey.
Not a
dang.
That's the whole reason her Starfire got beef. If you can't fly, you can't be the king or the queen of Tamaran. And because she couldn't fly, she was a cripple. They was like, we gonna skip you, and when Starfire come of age, she gonna be queen. And that's why they started beefing. Rightfully so. Rightfully so, but that's what happened.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But all right, y'all. So happy Women's History Month to all of the women involved in the anime, manga, and comic book community. We're about to keep it pushing and head into the main event for the night, round 2. So before we get started, if this is your first time checking out a Versus Tuesday from us, let me explain the rules. So each of us has 60 seconds to explain our choices. The poll results will be revealed at the end of everybody's 60 seconds, and then we will give a 1 to 2 minute response and keep it pushing. We got 4 fights tonight, but we're going to start off with Pixar. And starting us off, we have Finding Nemo versus Ratatouille. Ryan, can you see the pictures tonight?
I actually did see it. I still don't think you did that first one from yesterday. I don't care what y'all said. I didn't see that.
I mean, if you watch the video, obviously you're gonna see it. So I did something.
I did, but it didn't show up for me like the other pictures. I don't know what went wrong.
Nothing. That's all to do with you and nothing to do with me.
It ain't show up for me.
I showed the picture. Ryan was hollering, "You ain't gonna show the picture."
And you claimed I was harassing you, and I wasn't. I was just checking on you. I was just trying to support.
I was like, damn. But all right. So Finding Nemo versus Ratatouille. Ryan, you gonna start us off?
I can.
All right. Who wanna go second?
Can I go last?
I'll go second.
I guess we can just go this way.
Which way?
Is that clockwise?
What that mean? We start with me then? Or we start with
from Ryan then.
That's not where your finger at. But okay, so Ryan, Antoine, Sage, me, and King go last.
See how that backfired on you, Antoine? See, he thought he was going to go last.
That's Ryan.
She already said it. She said Ryan, Antoine, Sage, Food, King. That's what she said.
That is
when you put your finger like this, it went to King and then go to Ryan. It was weird.
Oh, okay.
That's all I was saying. My bad. We ain't even talk about your finger. But all right, Ryan. 60 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
All right. So for this one, I enjoyed both of these movies. I enjoyed Finding Nemo. It's not the one Pixar movie I'll just go back and rewatch, but I'm never upset for watching it. Same for Ratatouille. The stories in both of those shows were pretty good and pretty solid, especially watching as a kid. But I think I'm going mostly off of nostalgia. Christine made some good points in the last episode about the graphics for the food and everything, and I went back and looked at it. The graphics in Ratatouille were amazing, but I got to pick Finding Nemo. I got to pick Finding Nemo. It had too many iconic scenes. It had too many memorable moments, and even with like Finding Dory, I found some enjoyment out of it. It wasn't that good, but I like the foundation that Finding Nemo set as a OG Pixar film, and I enjoyed it. So I'm picking Finding Nemo.
Okay. Ryan said he coming in civilized today, so he don't trip up.
Y'all messed me up last week. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all messed me up last week.
That was a rough episode.
I took out Toy Story. I was like, man, I was about to just report y'all.
Toy Story and all that.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Whoa there, brother.
Wrong episode. But all right, Antoine. So Ron picked Finding Nemo. 60 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
I'm also choosing Finding Nemo. Like Ryan said, I enjoyed both of the movies. I can't tell you a whole lot about Ratatouille. I feel like I probably only watched it once in my life. And I remember enjoying it, but I just never felt the need to go back and sit down and watch it. I can't tell you how many times I've watched Finding Nemo, and it is iconic. I mean, the scenes are more memorable to me, obviously, because I can't remember anything from Ratatouille for real, other than they was cooking food and it was a rat under that man's hat. But it was a good movie, though, I feel like. So, but yeah, I got to go with Finding Nemo.
Okay.
You remember everybody trying to stump him out?
Stump who out? Oh, the
The
rat.
rat.
Yeah.
When you were running around the kitchen, I said, "Stump who out?" Nemo.
He over there seasoning their food in the back and everything. He was cooking.
They was when they was all running around their kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sage. So it's on you. We got 2 votes for Finding Nemo. 60 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
All right. I'm choosing Finding Nemo as well. I'm mostly going from animation and just basically a purely nostalgic reasoning for it. I've only seen Ratatouille like once or twice. I really wasn't interested in Ratatouille because they were cooking. That's not something I'm really into. Compared to Finding Nemo, the animation on Finding Nemo, even though it's not one of my favorite Pixar movies, it's just so beautiful seeing the underwater world, seeing how all these fishes interact with each other, seeing the hijinks that these fishes are put in, from being underwater to hanging out with the sharks, and the sharks basically wanting to hunt them and eat them. And then them being in that little aquarium or fish tank that was like in the dentist's office. Just the crazy creativity that was going on with Finding Nemo and the generational impact I feel from us being able to enjoy it to kids now being able to enjoy it. And there's just certain things that everybody can relate with one, to go explore adventure, having strict parents, or being that parent that's a bit too overcautious about your own child. So Finding Nemo to me has a lot more layers to it than Ratatouille. Ratatouille's good, but it's not Finding Nemo. You know what I'm saying? Plus, Finding Nemo had a game on PS2 and it was fun.
Hey, because you could jump in the slipstreams in the movies in the video game with during that turtle scene. I remember that. I remember that. I did play that.
I remember that.
That's when every movie had a video game, bro.
Even Toy Story.
Ain't nobody want to play that.
Toy Story did have a game on N64 though. I played it.
It had a few. It had a lot of games actually, but yeah.
It was, you was stuck in the house and you was basically playing the story, but I never got past the first part of the movie.
I think I played one of the new ones they had on PlayStation. That was also one of the new movies. And I think Woody was running across the roof or something. I think when it was in the school dealing with the big bear.
Oh, Toy Story 3?
Yeah,
I
they
think
got
I
a
had
game.
that too.
PlayStation 2 or 3?
Nice,
on PSP. I think I had that on PSP.
That was a nice game. I'm not even gonna lie.
The Toy Story 3 game is like really good.
Yeah, I think that's the one I had. I remember being at the science fair, hiding on the table, playing it until the folks came
we
around.
would be at that science fair in our PSPs and DSs. Hey,
Now, that's a memory. The table. Hey, but all right, 60 seconds on me. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna have to go with the majority and continue with hashtag Finding Nemo, cause like that was a moment, and I don't know, like just to go off what everybody else said, like I remember way more stuff from Finding Nemo from Ratatouille. Like everybody else said, I've only seen Ratatouille like once. It didn't really grab me like Finding Nemo did, like with the turtles, the ink scene at the end. My favorite is when he get into that fish tank though at the at the dentist office, and they was doing that ritual with Nemo and the shark grew ha ha. That's my favorite part of the movie, and that girl shaking it, shaking the bag.
I thought your favorite part would be the seagulls, and they're going like, my. I thought that would be your favorite part. I don't know why. Like, going off your vibe, I thought you would like that part the most.
I do like that part. But that's what I'm saying, though. There's so much stuff that happens in Finding Nemo. Like, if we want to even go with the turtles, and he's like, whoa. And then I was like, whoa. And then he was like, whoa.
So one of your favorite parts is when she was shaking that bag. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Abusing
fish. That's so crazy.
The fish killer.
I mean, like, okay, not to be, I guess this is my turn to trauma dump on everybody. The first two things that pop up when I think about Finding Nemo is the beginning scene when that piranha ate all them fish babies and the girl shaking the bag. And then we get to everything else that happened in the movie.
She's had therapy since
but
then,
but I ain't want to be like, oh, that's my favorite part of the movie. That's why I'm picking it. Because murder and shaking the bag.
Fish genocide.
But hey, that's so crazy for that to be the first scene in a children's movie.
I mean, it's easier to digest.
But you know, Pixar loves.
They do it early.
Disney and
too.
Pixar, they love them.
Yeah.
Like
they do it early.
Nemo
too.
be up, right? That was even darker.
But all right, I just wanted to share those fun facts. But King,
it must be my turn. Drop in the chat if it's my turn.
Okay.
All right.
Drop in the chat if it's my turn, y'all.
Somebody please drop it.
3,
I'm not going until they drop
1.
it. I'm not. But I will honestly say that I like both of these movies. I'm gonna pick Finding Nemo, but I'm gonna give Ratatouille its flowers. That was a nice movie. Like, it really had. If you really paid attention to the plot of the movie, like, it was relatable. Like Finding Nemo, like, because it was about the rat, his dad, not wanting him to go cook, telling him he can't go be with the humans. And he was like, yes, I can go cook. I'm going to show you. And I'm going to run away and go cook. And guess what he did? He ran away and went to cook. Then while that was going on, the guy that he was cooking for wanted to cook and he didn't know how. So it was a real nice story and it was real heartwarming. But I'm going to go with Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is just, it's nostalgic. It's iconic, legendary. It has so many moments in it that's memorable, memes. Like, yeah, so Finding Nemo, but Ratatouille was nice too. But yeah,
I just
I like
want to know.
Ratatouille. So what you're saying? Corey?
I just want to know, like, who sat in the studio and said, "Let's make rats cook under this shelf, man. This man hat." I like who came up with that.
I mean,
the
the same people who was
France got a lot of rats.
Yeah. But that movie was also real funny. Like, we should go back and watch it one night. That movie is hilarious.
Yeah.
If you just watch it, like, it's so funny.
Like, in real life, it makes sense. France got a lot of rats. They known for all of their Michelin star restaurants. Like, you might go there and a rat might be.
You dirty rat.
If we got a French audience, no offense to y'all, but y'all got some rats out there.
but it did paint a different picture of rats because the little rat, he wasn't dirty. Like, his hands was cleaner than like his hands. He used to wash them hands in that thing though.
They was just
Remy used to do his thing though. I ain't gonna do Remy. Remy used to wash his hands. Like, Remy was moving like a human out here, but he was a rat. Like,
so would y'all eat that?
Would I
if
eat there?
If the rat cleaned up after himself, yeah.
Knowing what I know, yes. But if I didn't know what I knew, walking in a rat cooking my food, we not doing that.
So if he put the plate down, they put the plate down and they said a rat cooked this, but don't worry, he washed his hands.
I have to see. I saw.
I'll be like, can I see a video of how well he washed? And if he did a good job. If he did a good job, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and I'll be like,
please. But I'm saying, if y'all go through the drive-thru and then down to something and don't know what them people in there doing, and handing you food.
Y'all eat rat meat at Taco Bell every time y'all eat that. What we talking about?
That's all. I'm all right with that. I ain't gotta
rat
see it.
tail.
And that's all right.
Not horse knuckle.
Rhino.
Remy was cooking it up though. Remy was cooking it up though. He was cooking it up.
A real life rat just up in there. I'm just like,
yeah, that is nasty. It just putting it like that. Maybe a cartoon rat cooking my food, but not a real life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a real rat.
This meal was brought to you by Remy. They just hold the road like this. He cooked this meal.
Have y'all ever seen a rat in the vicinity of a restaurant before in real life?
No.
I have not.
A roach, yeah, but no. Oh, yeah, a rat, yeah, once. It was a mice though. Oh, that's what you call it, a mice. Baby.
How do you know the difference? Is a mouse is just by size?
I thought rats are bigger.
Rats and mouse. Mice are different.
I saw a rat in Mississippi outside of that Piccadilly on I-35, and I
not
saw
the
a white
Piccadilly.
rat. And Piccadilly got some good to-go food.
And his ass walked in there. He saw that rat.
No, it was after I
walked in there.
It was after I left, and I sat down. I looked at my food. I said, "Still gonna taste good." So it's like they probably been had rats. It ain't changing.
Remy was in there cooking up at Piccadilly.
He was going on
whole
break.
time.
He on his lunch break.
He said, "Okay, let's get this man out of here. I'm gonna go on break, y'all. I'm taking my 15." He's going on up.
That Piccadilly cafeteria food hit every time I went.
For real. But all right, y'all. So we moving on to the responses. Once again, shout out to everybody who voted. We got 215 responses on the round 2 poll. So
that's a lot.
Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to y'all.
You buying us a bottle for hitting 200 food?
I ain't bought y'all the bottle for the 100. I'm gonna be honest. I forgot.
And I forgot to bring that up.
And we've been to the liquor store, so they bought liquor so many times and I ain't saying nothing.
Look up that now.
Look.
Oh, mine just got to be ordered online. You can
and I think about it every time, and I'd be like, "Damn, I could have bought that." I said I was gonna buy it. But all right, y'all. In the case of Ratatouille versus Finding Nemo, out of 215 responses, Finding Nemo won with 136 votes, while Ratatouille lost by 79 votes.
That was an easy landslide.
That was an easy one.
Yeah, I knew that
it was easy, like but that's not bad. Some folks like Ratatouille.
Yeah,
but
say that. Yeah.
But better than Finding Nemo, though?
No.
Okay. Moving on to the next battle. This is the tough one right here. We got The Incredibles versus Monsters, Inc.
Toy Story should have been there, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna hold that grudge. Toy Story is my favorite Pixar movie.
You should just get in your 60 seconds and just say Toy Story.
Toy Story. Toy Story. Toy Story. Oh, this animation. Toy Story. Oh, this.
You are a toy. Just scream. All right, so we're gonna start with Ron. 60 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
I feel like when I was a boy, these movies were very comparable. And when I would watch Monsters Inc., I was like, I see myself hanging out with Mike and Sully, like they the homies, sitting down, eating some popcorn, getting some laughs, scaring kids, right? But then when I became a man, and I went back and looked at The Incredibles, and I saw Mrs. Incredible. When I went to Disney World with my friends at the Magic Kingdom Parade, and I saw Elastigirl walking in that parade, and she was even thicker than she was in the movie, I realized as a man that Incredibles is just a superior form of art. It is just an amazing movie, amazing art design, amazing characters, an amazing story. The concept of becoming a hero, even as a child, to realize that you're coming into this world and you have to fight. It taught me a lesson. And as a man, I got to pick The Incredibles.
Can we cut out his 60 seconds?
He spent his whole 60 seconds on ass. He did.
During women's history, not right. I don't think that's a good look, friend.
That's admiring women. I'm admiring a woman. I just said, as a man, I'm picking the woman.
He tweaking.
I'm picking the woman.
That's not a good look, friend. Can we cut that out when you upload this to YouTube? Cut his 60
as
seconds
a man,
out.
And we all just gonna sit there for 60 seconds looking at each other.
Yeah.
The woman made the movie.
I'm just saying that's not a good look, friend. That wasn't. I was following you till you said Mrs. Incredible, and I was like, see, here we go. I was with you. I was with you until I wasn't. And I can't let you do that Women's History Month. We are supposed to be uplifting and glorifying these women, not because of their bodies.
I just uplifted her. That's just a part of what makes Mrs. Incredible amazing.
What you uplifted her about is not. That's so 2004. This is 2024. Like, you could have said because of her powers, how she raised all them kids and had her family together, like physically, mentally. Like, you could have said something like that. But the fact that her ass is big, that's what you gave.
How you think her ass got so big? She carried that entire load on her shoulders. Of course, she gonna build some glutes from all that.
Mom who works 2 jobs.
He skipped over all of that. He skipped over all of that and was talking about because of how that woman shaped. That is so crazy to me.
It turned around and said, that's why her ass fat. What?
It is Women's History Month. We love women at the Blerd Mouth Podcast. We love you. And not just because of your bodies. We love you because of everything you bring.
I never said it was just because of that.
But you highlighted that, though. You highlighted it.
I highlighted
But 60 seconds, he could have ended with that. He could have said, and she has a nice ass at the end of everything else.
He's just showing appreciation for a woman's body.
My favorite part is when he went into the parade costume, knowing that there's a lady in that costume.
Probably was a man in the costume the whole time. See?
You don't know who in the costumes. You don't know who in them costumes.
Right?
See how you do?
He seen the lady on the little scooter at the parade. Oh, shit.
It's incredible way for me at the parade.
See how you do, but I feel what you're saying, Ryan. But I just had to say something for the girls in Women's History Month, because I know some girls like, "No, Ryan didn't just do that." Nah. I got y'all. I ain't gonna sit up here
talking about me.
Yeah, I got y'all, girls. Y'all can keep watching. Come back. I had to get him together. Y'all can come back.
He said 15 seconds on Monsters Inc. and talked about Miss Incredible ass.
Miss Incredible ass for 45 seconds. That is crazy.
Thighs too.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so at the end of all this, you picking Incredibles? That was
it wasn't obvious.
The plot was lost, in my opinion. That's why I said it was lost. Like,
the plot had an introduction, a climax, and a resolution.
I'd rather him talk about Elastigirl's cheeks than Sully's cheeks. I'm gonna be real with you on that one.
Yeah.
The monster cheeks. The monster cheeks.
Those are monster cheeks.
Monster cheeks.
That's the key song on Cardi B album.
60 seconds on the clock, Antoine. 3, 2, 1.
I gotta go with the superhero family. I feel like I'm gonna always go with them. Ride or die for the Incredibles. Growing up, I mean, kind of like basically what I was saying on the last episode. I don't know. I just the dynamic of the family, the way that they did that. I was in love with that movie. I still am in love with that movie. I was in love with the game that we had on like GameCube or whatever, playing with each of the characters. I was in love with all of that. So Incredibles gonna always have it for me. Plays a special part in my heart.
Okay, so we got 2 for Incredibles. Only you say 60 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna have to vote for the one that knocked out Toy Story, because if this knocks out Toy Story, I need this one to win. So The Incredibles is definitely the one I have over Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. to me it's amazing animation wise. I think it's way better than Incredibles animation wise, but I think story wise, depth, some of the themes that they play on in The Incredibles, like how when the guy tried to unalive himself from the building, Mr. Incredible saves him. He gets sued for that. Or when he throws his boss through all them walls, or like when he uses that one unalived superhero so he won't get scammed by that one robot, how he basically created the villain of that story, and that villain ended up unaliving a lot of his other superhero friends. It was just crazy. And the way that he gets unalived at the end of the movie, I'm just like, whoa, what are we doing right now? But yeah, some of the family dynamics, Frozone with him being there, his involvement, and them doing the vigilante stuff, I'm just like, those moments were just so fire to me in that movie. So The Incredibles, I gotta give it to it, even though Toy Story should be in here. So yeah.
And you made a good point. I'll give you that. Monsters Inc. did have some superior animation. Even just the hair physics and everything in there was fire.
For the
looking
time it
back
came
at
out, amazing.
And the
Yeah.
way that none of the monsters look the same, like that takes like that
Yeah.
takes time
All
and
the
like dedication and thought.
the drawings they had to do back there, and they didn't have as many models rendered as we do now. Come on, that was amazing.
Yeah, all them doors not looking like they easily could have made all the monsters look alike except Sully and Mike and just called it a day. But like the way everybody looked, Randall, his invisible ass.
Shout out to Randall.
No,
I
not
think
shout
even
out
the
to
monster.
Randall.
I think even the monster
Why?
that had the orange fur, the one that had the socks on it.
Yeah.
It just felt like when you looked at it, you could feel the texture of their fur.
Yeah.
Or
You know what I'm saying?
the spider, the CEO,
The
or
lady,
whatever,
the old lady
boss.
with the
Nah, the spider,
the
the
yeah,
dude,
the
the
man.
boss. Like
I forgot what his name is.
I forgot his name, but
The old lady was a slug.
Yeah, the
That
old
was a
lady was
slug.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I am misremembering.
But he looked good too for like his animation and stuff. Creep ass. But 60 seconds. 60 seconds on me. 3, 2, 1. Following the trend, hashtag Incredibles, because that was a good movie. When I was a kid, I loved that movie so much that I stayed up and watched the Oscars to see if it was gonna win an award. Don't know what the fuck the Oscars was about, but they said they was nominated, so I wanted to see if they was gonna get an award. I had the DVD pack that had both DVDs, one with the movie, the other with the bonus
with the Jack
bonus
spin-off.
clips in the Jack short. Then the beginning. My favorite part about the Incredibles is the beginning, where it's sort of like a documentary type thing when they're interviewing Elastigirl and Mr. Incredible, and she has that line. She was like, "Leave the superhero to the men." I don't think so. That was good shit. So I'm going Incredibles. That's all I got.
Okay. Round the clock.
You gonna break the trend, King?
It's my turn again. Drop in the chat if it's my turn again. Oh, Raising the Phoenix said exactly what I was going to say. It was a play on Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's what that was. At the beginning of Incredibles.
I can see that. Oh yeah, because they didn't know they was supers. They
because there was a younger version of themselves. Yeah,
like they knew of each other as supers and they knew of each other as individuals. But then they showed up to their wedding late. They ain't connect the dots to the wedding.
My whole thing is that mask was not that good, and it's like it was giving like Superman Clark Kent. Like y'all just looking at each other. Y'all ain't recognize.
I don't know. I'm gonna try it one day. I'm gonna walk around with a mask, and a cowl on, and I'm gonna see how many people can recognize.
I'm gonna just scream, "Ah, who are you?"
I just want to see. I want to do an experiment. Does that shit really work, or are y'all goofy?
It's giving.
I mean, if you take off your glasses and give yourself like a new curl, I wonder how that would do. Give yourself a new hairstyle.
I mean, if we've never met the person before and we meet them with the mask on, we wouldn't. I mean, when they take it off and we see them, I think it would work that way. But y'all putting on the mask, I was like, that's Ryan. Stop playing with me.
What movie was that in? Oh, that was in Green Lantern where they did that.
Did what?
Where it was like, you know how Green Lantern has a little mask over his eyes, and he went to go meet one of his childhood friends. She was like, "Is that you?" He was like, "How did you know, dude? Like I know you."
Stupid face. Here you go. 60 seconds on King. 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna have to go with The Incredibles 2. Monster Inc. was nice. It was. I like the animation, the story, but The Incredibles, it just hit different. I like superheroes anyway, so I was so with that. Then superhero family, then just looking at the family dynamics of Violet having her crush, and Dash wanting to play sports, so his family won't let him play sports. The mom being overworked and tired as a normal mom. Even though she's a super mom, she's still like an everyday mom. She's, taking care of the kids, the house. Then we got the dad. He's an everyday dad. He's struggling at work with his boss, trying to make ends meet. So it was just real nice to see all of that put into a nice little package with a bow. So yeah, The Incredibles.
Miss Incredible thought he was cheating. He over here trying to live his superhero life.
That scene where she almost choked out that lady, I was like, whoa.
She wasn't playing.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's taking it. Ooh. I would say, though, it did get dark, though. The whole unaliving superheroes thing, I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like it's the way they executed it though. Like it was right in your face, but it's like as an 8-year-old watching it, I didn't really catch every single hint. You know what I'm saying? Like the self unaliving dude, I ain't catch that till I rewatched it as like a teenager, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, I had to watch
that's
it when
why
I
he
got older,
mad.
and I was like, "Oh, they going dumb."
Yeah,
like the whole premise of recruit these superheroes, come to this island, fight this thing, and the thing is meant to kill you, and then after it kills you, it adapts to who it just fought, and they just send in the next one, and everybody falling for the same. And I was like, "This is crazy." And if I was a superhero, I would not.
I actually heard a theory that it was Frozone that was supposed to go fight that robot instead of Mr. Incredible.
I think I saw that theory too. Because didn't she come
Which is
to
why they
help
was fighting which is why wasn't they fighting around lava? Or was it water? I think it was lava, wasn't it?
They was in that volcano.
I think it was supposed to be Frozone fighting the robot, and he was supposed to be the next superhero that died. But Mr. Incredible went instead.
But then it wasn't it because Frozone had told Mirage no, and he ended up sending her to Mr. Incredible, and that's how they linked up.
Yeah.
So Mr. Incredible saved you, Antoine.
That's crazy.
Oh, not Antoine. That's so crazy.
That's crazy. All black people do not look alike.
We didn't say they do. You just look like him once I heard it.
All right, y'all. So out of 215 responses in the case of The Incredibles versus Monsters, Inc. Ooh! Monster Inc. takes it with 109 votes.
Yikes.
The Incredibles lost by 106. 3 votes?
3 votes. Oh, that was close.
And Incredibles lost by 3 votes.
3?
50. Monsters Inc. got 50.7%, and The Incredibles got 49.3%.
I'm not mad at that because it's a great movie. Monsters Inc. is a great movie. I'm not mad.
I'm not mad at though.
Yeah.
But both of them had great sequels. I'm not mad.
They did.
You ain't watching Monsters Go to College.
Monster
University
was nice.
Yeah, Monster University.
I like
I liked
it.
it.
Monsters Go to College.
I think I watched Incredibles 2 was a disappointment the first time out.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed
both of them.
Incredibles 2 was nice.
Incredibles 2 definitely didn't do as good as the first movie, but I didn't think it
was.
But
I enjoyed watching.
I can tell you why I didn't do good as the first one, but we ain't gonna go into that. Maybe I should, because it's Women's History Month. It ain't do good as the first one. Mrs. Incredible was the forefront of the movie, and that's why I didn't do good as the first one.
Disappointment. It was just not narratively
to be fair,
Incredibles 1.
That movie wasn't like the storyline for the second one was just as strong as the first one. Like,
I think the villain.
A working mom wanted to do more than what she normally does. That's very relatable.
But I would say this. I don't think it was Mr. Incredible. The villain didn't hit for me. The villain didn't hit as hard as the first one.
Talking about the girl that was in her face the whole time? The
Screen Slayer. Like, I get the premise. I get what y'all was trying to do, but she definitely did not hit as hard as the dude from the first movie. It was the villain for me.
Plus
and then
keep going.
I was just gonna make a joke. They was trying to give folks seizures in the movie theater. That scene with all them flags.
Yeah, that was
They tell you in the beginning of the movie it can cause that though.
Bro, they had so many printed pieces of paper at that AMC about that movie.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna get us.
Warning.
Did I say it was a warning?
Excuse me. It's a warning.
I was just gonna say, like, none of the characters in Incredibles 2 have like super high moments that were memorable like Incredibles 1. Like Ryan said, I think in the last
episode, give you that,
where Dash was running on the water and he found out, or like when Violet was learning really how to use her invisible powers and things like that. I think the establishing of the characters was way stronger than anything else they done in Incredibles 2. Like Incredibles 2 to me is so forgettable from how many years it took for it to make, and plus when it came out, it was like the same day of what happened after the Incredibles 1 event. So I was like,
I feel like Incredibles 2 would have been better well received if it was come out earlier. But I enjoyed it.
There was some memorable stuff from Incredibles 2.
I wish they had a better villain.
When like when Elastigirl was riding the motorcycle and it fell apart and she had to use her body to keep it together. Jack fighting the raccoon. The
I
whole
enjoyed Jack
spiel
scene.
of
Jack
Mr.
Jack
Incredible
was the
having
most
to
memorable.
transition from superhero to dad life and having to help his kids with everyday life. That was like, I just feel like a lot of y'all didn't pay attention to that movie. Like, that was a nice movie. That was a nice
I mean,
follow-up.
It was a nice
to
movie.
what
Wait,
they-
because we don't
was
like
a
it, we
very
didn't pay
nice
attention to it?
follow-up.
That's how
We
that
didn't say it was a bad movie.
It was a very nice follow-up to.
What we said was it
didn't
did
hit as
not hit
hard.
as hard as the first
Yeah.
one. That's what
I
we
thought it was
said.
disappointing.
That's relative.
But-
That's subjective. You can say that.
In my opinion, Jack was the height of Incredibles 2
I'll
for me,
say
and I'm
that
not
too.
mad
That's how
at
they
that because
promote
he was
it.
the
If you
super.
go back
Yeah.
if you go back and look at the commercials,
Jack
it's
Jack.
Jack.
But here's the
you
thing.
see Elastigirl this much of the trailer, and then it's Jack fighting that raccoon and going through them walls, talking about some num cookie.
And I think that's just because everybody, like back then when Incredibles came out, I think everybody was just. I know I
We was
was. I was
hyped for
really
Jack
curious.
Jack.
Yeah, I was really curious about like what his powers was because I think they really like showcased his powers like at the end of.
They had
In
that
that Jack
short.
special.
It was
Yeah.
short.
Yeah, so everybody
with
wanted
that
to know
babysitter.
about Jack. So they was like, I guess we're gonna have to hit home with this a little bit, and
like feeding the Sage point, Incredibles 1 really let everybody get highlighted, in my opinion. They did a great job like balancing every character, in my opinion, the first Incredibles, even the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibles 2 was like Jack, Mrs. Incredible, and Jack was the highlight.
Yeah, and then they even tried to introduce. They were trying to balance the whole family, and then they introduced like FOMO superheroes that was fighting alongside Elastigirl with that agency or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying it was like it was a good movie, but I like the first one better.
It should have came out like 4-5 years earlier, and I think we would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah,
Got a better
Kingdom Hearts 3 effect, basically.
Got a better feeling. But all right, y'all. So we about to move on to the DreamWorks side of the tournament.
This is rough.
I
saw the list that
I want to say this though. For the past this round and the last round, we was usually everybody was on the same page with the Pixar stuff. The disagreements started happening on the DreamWorks side.
Controversy. I expected some of y'all to say Monsters Inc. To be honest.
No, I guess the deciding factor of me, like I can point out like moments from all these movies, but the deciding factor is me. If you sat me down and told me to pick one, you had to watch this right now. I
thought Ryan was going to choose Monsters.
I would have picked The Incredibles before Monsters Inc.
Here's the thing: I watched Monsters Inc. almost as much as I've rewatched The Incredibles. Out of all these Pixar movies, Incredibles and Monsters Inc. were rewatched the most. Even their sequels.
I ain't have no Monsters Inc. DVD though, so
That showed
DreamWorks
VHS
days,
days, right?
Huh?
That came out during the VHS days, right? Monsters.
It was right in
or maybe
the middle.
I
The
did have the
Incredibles was
Monsters
definitely
Inc.
DVD era.
VHS. Yeah.
Monsters Inc. came out right in the middle. That was when everybody started getting this DVD VCR players where it was like a combo machine.
Yeah, I think that's why I watch Incredibles more because just having a DVD, you don't have to rewind it after you finish it.
Tear the tape
bro,
up.
that's easy.
Yeah. Film bar sliding out. You gotta.
I tore a VCR tape up one time, and I was like, I'm never touching a VCR again. I think it was Space Jam because I love Space Jam. I tore that VCR tape up. But all right, y'all. Going into the first fight on the DreamWorks side, we got Shrek versus Megamind.
Come correct. There's a correct answer. There's people.
I think we should switch the order, Food. I
There
think we
is a
should start with
correct
you and
answer.
end with Sage. If there's like that on your screen, the opposite of what we.
So go
know
clockwise,
Okay,
just
yeah, we
what food
going-
starting.
Yeah, this way.
Ooh-doo-dee-doo.
All right, we'll do it then. We'll switch it up. So starting with me, 60 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Y'all stop playing with me. I'm going Shrek. Stop playing with me. That big green ogre. That nice boulder. Them layers of onions. Welcome to Duloc. Many of you will die, and that is the sacrifice I'm willing to make. Like, stop playing. Like, I watch Shrek 2 more than I watch Shrek, but like, that's a masterpiece of a movie. That's the music. Somebody brought up the soundtrack on round 1. Who was that? The soundtrack was nice. The storytelling was nice. Like, shout out to Cameron Diaz. Eddie Murphy, Mike Myers, like, for real, they did that. They did that. And that's all I got.
Period.
All right, King. 60 seconds on you. 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna have to choose Megamind. Now let me stop playing. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Y'all wanted some controversy, right? But no, I'm choosing Shrek. Of course, I'm gonna choose Shrek. Megamind and Shrek. But I'm gonna spend the rest of my seconds bitching and complaining that Shrek 2 is nowhere in front of me, and that is pitiful.
Oh,
it is.
And you should, and whoever didn't pick Shrek 2 in the earlier round should go and reevaluate, get you a journal, start journaling, meditating, touch some grass, and then we can rehab this. And maybe you will understand that Shrek 2 definitely should have been in final.
Touch a swamp.
Yeah, touch a swamp.
Or listen to
and that's all I got for y'all. But yeah, Shrek, at the end of it, it's still Shrek. I don't even know what Megamind and Shrek, who did that? How did Megamind make it this far? Like,
because it went against
I'm looking
like between
it went, but the bracket, the tournament on this side of the bracket
messed this up.
The tournament bracket generator chose violence on this side, like real shit.
Like Monsters Inc. and Incredibles should have been the final battle.
They put the weakest links against each other, and everybody else had to fight for their lives.
Yeah, because both of them should have been out.
Like it's the tuning exams. It's like going from watching Rock Lee and Gara, and now we got to watch Sakura and Eno fight. Like what's that?
That's lunch break.
Hey yo, even as a kid, bro, these girls cut their hair, and everybody's like, "Oh, Sakura-chan!" Like, yo, come on. Man.
They fought for 10 minutes and ended up KOing
each other.
As hard as Tintin and Tamari went, and we over here looking at Sakura cut her hair.
Tamari did not go hard.
Eno cut her hair.
Tamari in the manga, it didn't even show the fight. It just showed Tintin lost.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Bro,
that's what happened.
The anime had a
Tintin went hard.
Satellite.
Tintin tried hard.
Tintin had.
She tried hard.
In OG Naruto, Tintin was my favorite Kunoichi. Not even gonna lie.
Ryan, no.
I love Tintin. I love Tintin at first. She deserves
it. You could have said Shizune. Tintin?
No, Shizune. I'm talking about the younger girls, Team 7 generation. The young ninja.
I'm being real. Ain't none of them girls come on until Tamara showed up, and she wasn't even from Leaf Village.
She showed out. She
did.
I think I'm gonna stop.
I'm sorry. This is Pixar and Dreamworks.
Yeah. Let's not get into it.
All right, Ron. 60 seconds on you. 3, 2, 1.
All right. I have a poem for you all.
Please.
Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. You're a monster. I'm not the monster. You are. Oh, you and the rest of your fairy tale trash poisoning my perfect world. Tell me, where are the others? Eat me. I'm trying to be fair to you creatures, but now my patience has reached its end. Tell me, or I'll not my gumdrop buttons. All right then, who's hiding them? Okay, I'll tell you. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man. Yes, I know the Muffin Man who lives on Drury Lane. Well, she's married to the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man?
Where's the timer? Like, yeah.
So she's married to the Muffin Man. That scene alone may give.
Stop! Stop! The fact that they actually fit the 60 seconds. Stop.
I think my favorite parts are when Ryan is peeking and his mic just don't pick it up at all.
Yeah,
silences out a little bit.
I was waiting for the.
It was an evening for me. That's funny, Ryan.
Yeah.
I didn't know you was a soprano. Go ahead, friend.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
Not the gumdrop buttons. Hey, yo, I'm so mad that we didn't talk about that in the first episode for this because I'm like, yo, that was the best scene. He run with man feet. Like, why you got man feet like
that
that?
was.
The funniest thing in Shrek 2 is that they stitch his legs back with icing.
They did.
All right. Well, after that very long monologue, Ron has chosen Shrek. So we moving on to Antoine.
That felt like 60 days.
Antoine, 60 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
I don't need the full 60 seconds. And then Ryan stole the scene that I was finna reference. But I'm glad you did it though, because I wasn't gonna do all that. So I'm glad you did. So I would give you your props for that. I'm not choosing Megamind. Why would I choose that? I don't even remember much about that movie, but Shrek is it's the obvious winner. Like Foop said, it's a correct choice here, and it's a correct answer here. So that's it.
That shit was so funny. The funniest thing about it, Ryan said he had a poem and went into a full monologue. What kind of shit?
I should have started snapping.
I wasn't mad.
I thought he was finna rehearse one of the songs, like read one of the songs. He said a poem went into a full monologue.
When did it catch up to you? Because you didn't catch that run. It was when you can't catch me because I'm a gingerbread man. That's when you picked up on it.
It was when you said what came after that?
You're a monster.
Right there. That's how I knew you was playing in my face. When you went up 3 octaves, yeah, he was playing in my face.
You're a monster.
He said, when did you realize it? When you started, but when did I realize what you was doing?
You had to turn the screen off.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, ain't no way. He made them 60 seconds though. You must rehearse that.
Honestly, no. I just was like, I want to rehearse this, but I don't know the full lyrics. I just googled it. Googled it.
You on the podcast doing crazy shit.
Improvise.
But all right, say.
I'm trying to be in the next clip.
3, 2, 1.
This isn't fair because we're basically just doing a why Shrek is better than Megamind thing, why it's more iconic than Megamind, why it's more memorable than Megamind. I mean, Shrek as a kids movie is good, but as an adult, it's even funnier. Like when he goes to Farquaad's castle, he says he's probably compensating for something else. You know what I mean? Or like when Farquaad looks at Fiona in the little mirror, and he's like, "Oh," and, he puts the little covers down. There's just so many layers of like when Donkey was just being so obsessive over Shrek, like, "Oh, in the morning, I'm making waffles." No. Like he just wanted to be alone. The intro of Shrek. Iconic. I never knew about that song, but guess what? I think I know all the lyrics to that one song. The somebody wants.
I'm kicking the bathroom door on that motherfucker.
And then think about it like this: Donkey with a dragon. You never thought you'd see that.
They cut up with that
in that movie.
They did.
And I think don't they have the babies at the end of that movie too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. They pull up
memorable music, memorable moments. Shrek.
Even the scene when they was fighting outside the castle was just a cinematic masterpiece. When he slid down the stairs and hurt himself, like that entire scene was just fire.
It was, and I guess the other thing that I liked about it, like at the time, like when they was coming out with all these princess movies, it's like Princess Tower, Man Come Save Her. What Cheetah Girl say? Princess Fiona came in and was whipping ass. She was like, I don't need y'all to save me.
Even that scene when she was in the tower and she was like, "Oh, he's coming. Oh, let me get my flower together." Okay.
Hey, when I rewatched Shrek, like in college, when Sage bringing up them jokes reminded me of that Lord Farquaad when he was in the bed and had the magic mirror in them showing him all the girls, and he stopped on Fiona and he's like, "Wait, go back to her." And then he was like, "She cute," and then the mirror was like, "Yeah, but she do this thing," and like he said, "I ain't worried about that." I was like, "What?"
That's so funny.
He said something about I'm not worried about that, or it's like we'll worry about that. Something he said, and I was like, wait.
Yikes.
I was a nasty man.
Nasty word.
But Megamind, we can't just throw it to the side. Like when I went back and I watched and I looked at I'm not it's gonna lose. But you gotta give some words.
You must refresh yourself and
yeah, Megamind actually did have a solid story about nature versus nurture, and like, are you born evil? Or are you nurtured into becoming evil? And it did have a solid story. It just don't compare to Shrek. It just don't.
Well, at least you know what movie you're talking about this time, because I would have hated.
I went back.
trying to defend Megamind, and we talking about Despicable Me and Minions again.
I went back and did my homework. I'm still mad that Despicable Me got big.
Why? Despicable Me 1 is cool.
I like the
And
first
2 is
one.
cool.
And
I
Everything
haven't seen
that
3 or
came,
4.
everything that came from it, like now it's Minions, everything, all the toys. It wasn't even that good. I feel like Megamind deserved more love. And then when I looked at all the movies that came out, because it was those two and something else dropped in that same year and that same time frame.
Megamind and Despicable Me did not come out at the same time, my guy.
They came out around the same time period. Like they weren't too far off from each other.
Like in the same era or the same year?
Let me look at
I
Some
swear,
Megamind like 2009 or something.
I don't
Yeah, it
think
was like-
Megamind has that
Megamind
one
came
thing
out
that-
in 2010.
Mhm.
and Despicable Me was 2010 July. They came out around the same time, and I feel like everybody got caught up with Despicable Me, but Megamind was a better movie.
Not for real, though.
Not Despicable Me. I like the first one. Now, when they started making all them sequels, it was like, okay, y'all, but that first one was nice.
I didn't care for it over Megamind once I did my homework.
I'm with Ryan on that one of Megamind being a better movie, but I think Despicable Me is a lot more marketable because it's more kiddie.
Mm-hmm.
When nobody
Which
gonna
is
buy
fair.
no dolls of that
Everybody like the
man in that
Minions.
big ass blue head.
That fish in that little battle suit was kind of fire. I would have got that.
Yeah, them Minions got them kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Them
because I love the Minions.
Bleep bleep bleep.
Don't do Bob and them like that.
Nah.
But nah. They ate that up.
Yep, they did, and they had everybody in the chokehold there.
All
I'll give
right,
it to
y'all.
y'all.
So going to the final votes, out of 215 responses in the case of Shrek versus Megamind,
212.
Shrek won with 131 votes,
As they
and
should.
Megamind lost by 84. Not
That's
84.
too close.
I feel
I
feel like y'all was trolling. Put in the chat if you was trolling.
Yeah,
That
I was trolling.
Put in the
That was-
Yeah,
I
I
don't
hate
like the
it.
numbers.
84
That's too high for
votes.
Megamind. That's too high.
Somebody didn't watch.
84?
That was
You know what it
just
is?
voting.
It's the kids that grew up on Megamind and not Shrek. That's who it
That's
is.
what I'm saying. Votes like this make me wonder who is our audience. Like
I mean,
a vote like that makes. Because Shrek was like 2003. When did OG Shrek come out?
I
No
thought
later
Shrek
than
came out in
2000.
like 2000 something.
It was
But I
early
mean, if you're
2000s.
born in 2008, I mean, you're not gonna be a
2001.
Shrek fan.
Shrek
Nah.
came out
Yeah,
2001.
Even early. Yeah, if you was born in like 2005, 2008, you probably did watch Megamind more.
Shrek
Yeah.
2 came out in 2004. So the top two Shreks came out before Megamind came out. So
Well
Yeah.
before it
if you
came
was
out
born
at
in the
that.
2000s, you didn't miss both of the movies. By the
Mhm.
time you remember the movie, you didn't see Megamind.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I hate
That's
that
what-
for y'all.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I really do.
I hate that for
If you
y'all.
born
I hate that for
2005
y'all.
or and further, put in the chat so we can block you.
No,
I'm just
no.
playing. I'm just playing.
You
Just
know what?
kidding. We love
Tell
all
me
of
if you voted for Megamind. Tell me because I'll send out some SUVs to your crib. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, for real.
There you go.
84.
What
84
was the
votes.
reason?
This should have been a
What
blowout.
was the reason?
This should have been the Kung Fu Panda Shrek 2 blowout that we saw last week.
Definitely. Because Shrek 2 is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Shrek
Kung
2
Fu
got
Panda is there too. but-
Kung Fu Panda towed up. The Pac-Man, Kung Fu Panda made a whole Pac-Man on Shrek. That's
Mhm.
I
crazy.
still don't get that. Mm-mm.
That's crazy.
It's crazy talk.
But all
Like
right.
I ain't want to see a Shrek versus Shrek 2 battle, but at the same time, it could have got there.
Oh, it was gonna be real messy. Shrek versus Shrek 2 was gonna get real messy. I was gonna have to watch each movie at least like 3 times.
I
Shrek
will
2
back-
better. You ain't have to because you know which one better, fool. You know Shrek 2 better than Shrek 1. You even
But I
said
still
it.
was gonna want to go back and watch. I laughed
I
this
was
many
gonna have-
times. Tip for every laugh. Mm-hmm.
It's like
Oh.
Shrek is a 10. Like Shrek is a 10, but Shrek 2 is like beyond 10. Like
Yeah,
that's
Shrek
like
Shrek 2.
They
It's like,
did that on Shrek 2.
It's like they took that baton and they sprinted.
Yeah, that's a nasty ass follow up.
Mhm.
Shrek 2 was. I watched that so many times.
Mhm.
I recite that whole movie to you and don't feel
That's
bad
how-
about it.
that's how a sequel's supposed to be though. Like in retrospect, a sequel is
Yeah.
supposed to be better than the original.
Yeah, they did their thing. All right, y'all. We're going into the last fight of the night. We got Puss in Boots: The Last Wish versus Kung Fu Panda.
This actually tough because I just recently watched both of those movies, and
It's not
I
tough.
enjoy my eye on something with both of the movies.
I guess we started with me. 3, 2, 1. As King has alluded to, we did watch Kung Fu Panda this past weekend. It was okay. I feel like the humor, was more kiddie. But I'm going to have to go to Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. And like I said last week, that's a funny-ass movie. And I might go watch it again after I didn't already seen it twice. Kung Fu Panda was cool, but I don't think I want to watch that no more. Like, I get the message. I understand the jokes. But it didn't hit like that Puss in Boots movie did for me. So I might have to go Puss in Boots. It got a good message too. Like, the thing that you want the most is sometimes right in front of you. Kung Fu Panda had a nice message too. Puss in Boots was just funnier. And what I didn't laugh at that panda in them dirty ass shorts. I'm sorry.
He ain't gotta be dirty. He ain't gotta be dirty.
Them patchy ass shorts.
That's crazy.
At least I talked about his shorts. They called that man fat and ass in the whole movie. That whole movie is them saying that he can't be the Dragon Warrior because he's fat and nasty.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. When you look at early 2000s media in general, none of it will survive right now.
It was like the whole movie was them calling him fat.
So
fat. They walking up the stairs like, I bet he can't even see his toes. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they chewed him.
They did.
Like, they taught him how to kung fu with food. He couldn't do no split by himself, but they put the cookies on the top shelf. He busted open.
Whoa.
He did.
He did.
Cookies. He did.
He busted open for a bag of box of cookies.
But saying it in that context is crazy. But he did. He did.
Mm-hmm.
All it took was some cookies.
That's some raw shit. What?
If they good enough, hey. If they good enough.
So you hit a split for some cookies.
If they good enough, then you tell
Wow.
They better than Insomnia and Crumble. Let me see.
Ryan, this is not your night. Ryan, this
Hold
is
up.
not your night.
Let Ryan
This
cook.
is not your night.
Let Ryan cook because
Better than Insomnia and Crumble. And Insomnia hit.
Insomniac, that's a different beast.
Insomnia
Insomniac
cookies
is a
are
different beast.
delicious. Have y'all ate them before?
Mm-hmm.
Have the rest of y'all had Insomnia?
Yes.
Come on now.
Yes.
I'm not getting no split for it though.
You know I've been.
Ryan said he gonna.
I do yoga.
Nah, if you get Insomniac, you will. Next time y'all come down, Ryan, you got to give us all some cookies.
Get the ice cream with it. Yeah, I do that yoga. I showed Antoine how to do.
He did.
I know he.
Okay, King. So 60 seconds.
It's my turn.
Yes, your turn. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I would have to echo food, but I have to pick Puss in Boots. That was a funny. I did not expect that movie to be that funny to me. Like, that movie was hilarious. Like, I recently watched both of them. We watched Puss in Boots 2 weeks ago. We just recently watched Kung Fu Panda a couple days ago. Puss in Boots got it. That was a funny movie. And my favorite character for Puss in Boots is the dude with the bob. What's his name with the thumb and the bob?
Big Jack.
Big Jack took it. Big Jack was so funny. Like, that was hilarious. And it was the bob. Like, I gotta say Puss in Boots.
He talked about that Bob the whole movie.
Like, that Bob got it.
He said, it's that Bob for me.
It's the Bob. Like, how you just mean and you got an ugly ass Bob? You gotta pick a struggle. Like, but yeah, I say Puss in Boots. What was the other movie it went against? Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda was nice. It was nice. It was nice. So nice that I'm gonna watch Kung Fu Panda 2, 3, and 4, 5 soon, but not better than Puss in Boots in my opinion.
He said you gotta pick a struggle.
You gotta pick a struggle, but Puss in Boots, that was a nice movie. I laughed.
All right, Ryan, 60 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
So I don't like the original votes from round 1, but between this, I gotta go with Kung Fu Panda. Y'all know I'm a big action movie fan, and that's not discrediting the action in Puss in Boots. But even watching that snow leopard, now that I remember what type of species he is, climb out that prison, and he was fighting rhinoceroses, that was fire. I'm sorry, when he broke out that prison, like that man looked like a legitimate threat. I remember being on the edge of my seat as a kid watching that, and even rewatching. I think I rewatched it like a few years ago. That scene was epic when he came across that bridge talking all that smack to Tigers, and he was able to actually beat them. Like I didn't really care for Poe much as a protagonist, but just the Snow Leopard, I've always root for the villain when they done right. I enjoyed him. I thought he was fire, and that's why I'm gonna go with Kung Fu Panda. I like the villain sometimes.
Okay.
Okay, it's
Raising
our
the King
first.
said Kung Fu Panda's trash, and I love
Same.
Jack Black.
Trash is a
Maybe the recycling bin. I wouldn't put it in the trash, but maybe the recycling bin.
We just bring that out of some
Composting. We might put it in composting.
just say it's not your favorite food. Trash.
It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
I was actually waiting for it to be over.
Yeah. Not out of the two not out of its opponent, no. But Kung Fu Panda was a nice movie. Maybe if it was put against something else, maybe if it was put against Megamind or Monsters Aliens or something like that.
I would have picked in that case. I would have picked Kung Fu Panda.
That's disrespectful. That's like really disrespectful. Because
I wasn't gonna pick it over Madagascar.
Oh yeah. What Madagascar at? Hold on.
Go
I missed one episode, y'all. Everything just go to it's a shambles.
They gone.
I told you to
I just noticed like neither one of them up there. One or two.
They packed them up.
That's why this
is real nice and tight.
This bracket effed up a lot of fights. Like the last four should have been like Madagascar, Kung Fu Panda, Shrek, and B movie in real life.
Real nasty word was happening in that randomizer.
Mm-hmm. It randomized, okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, Antoine, 60 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
All right, so I do love both of the movies. But I'm gonna have to go with Puss in Boots. Like I love the action adventure, kind of like Ryan said, the action adventure in Kung Fu Panda, and it's a good watch. If you go put it on the TV, I'm gonna sit down. It's gonna catch my attention every time. I'm gonna watch it. I've watched Kung Fu Panda 1 maybe a couple times now, maybe like 3 times, and I've watched 2 too. And I like number 2. But if I have to just sit here and choose like which movie I'm gonna probably watch, it's gonna be Puss in Boots because the laughs gonna get me every time. It's the comedy. The comedy is gonna be there for me. So I'm gonna have to go with that.
Okay. That's what he's making his stuff short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
All right, Sage. 60 seconds on you. 3, 2, 1.
All right, so I didn't watch the newest Puss in Boots because time lost me this week. I've only heard great things about it. I've heard nothing slanderous about it at all. Heard that it was a very top tier movie for the year it came out, like 1 or 2 years ago. So I can only talk about Kung Fu Panda, and I recently watched Kung Fu Panda and the sequel, sadly, kind of. And Kung Fu Panda to me is a very overrated cartoon movie. The only good things about it is Jack Black's voice acting and the Kung Fu animations. Besides that, the movie looks boring. The animation ain't that great unless it's in the Kung Fu scene. The color palette is very bland. The actual setting of the whole place, very bland. Ooh. There are some funny jokes, but like Foop said earlier, it is kiddie. It's very kiddie. There's no like witty humor that an adult can enjoy and a kid can enjoy at the same time. It's just Kung Fu Panda exists. It has its place because it's the one action movie that DreamWorks has. But besides that, it's just overrated. And I think the actual theme of, I don't believe in who I'm supposed to be, and at the end, I'm going to become the Dragon Warrior. I'm like, all right, that concept is tired, man. Do something new.
He told him down.
Sage cooked that shit so good.
Yeah, he said, let me get on this stove real quick. He
pulled out that fucking wok.
He cooked their ass.
Hey.
Adding the seasoning while cooking it. Got the fire burning.
Hey, Sage said it's bland. I was like, come on. Mm-hmm. Talk to him because that's exactly how I felt watching that movie.
Yeah.
I want to ask Ryan.
Exactly how I felt.
Have you watched all of them?
No.
Oh, all the Kung Fu Pandas? No, the sequels were kind of trash in real life. I wasn't mad at that. I wasn't mad at that.
They're the same movie and over and over.
Go watch that Puss in Boots. But then stop playing.
Listen, Brian, you will enjoy that, Brian, because I felt the same way, Brian.
You're gonna like.
I felt the same way.
You gonna like it.
It's not that I'm against watching it. I just be watching everything else. and my
I-
backlog is big.
I understand.
Like, can we watch it in Vegas? Can we watch it in Vegas?
You
like,
want me to
please?
spend an hour and some of my birthday watching Puss in Boots?
Maybe if you
We're gonna be
convince
out there for
everybody,
6 days.
maybe the Friday night we get there and convince people to sit down and watch movies.
Yeah.
But the other days,
Folks gonna be talking
my
loud.
feet gonna be high. My feet gonna be so hot on the bottom for moving
Ryan,
around.
are you driving there or flying there?
I'm flying. I ain't driving to Vegas.
You better watch that on the airplane or something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you could on the airplane at the airport.
If it's up there, I'll watch it. You know what? If it's up there, I will watch it.
It's not gonna be up there. You might have to download it. It's probably not gonna be up there.
Allegedly, it might be on another site. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Okay. I'm gonna hit it up.
All right. So let's see the final fight of the night. Out of 215 responses, in the case of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish versus Kung Fu Panda, Kung Fu Panda won by 135 votes, and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish lost by 80.
I knew that.
What is it with this panda?
I knew that was gonna happen. We knew that was gonna happen.
That's crazy.
The movie not good. I'm done. I'm done. The movie not good. It wasn't funny. I ain't like it.
We got a lot of. I feel like majority of our fans are born after the year 2000.
Yo,
and that's what they vibe with.
But Puss in
Boots got video games, sequels.
This is making me
Puss in Boots was recent though.
Yeah.
Puss in Boots was like a couple years ago.
They ain't made. I don't think they made no toys though in no games. They ain't got no toys, no games.
I will say this though: the message in Kung Fu Panda is more heartfelt than the message you get from Puss in Boots. Kung Fu Panda is a like moment.
Yeah.
Puss in Boots, it's heartfelt, but it's not. It doesn't hit you in the good as hard as Kung Fu Panda.
Y'all just weren't watching. Y'all just wasn't watching it though.
Yeah, but it was Puss in Boots for me. I don't care what that poll just said. No, I'm
not gonna give my opinion for the next episode, but
it's nasty.
I'm worried about them results.
It's nasty. That DreamWorks next week, that DreamWorks side finna be so disgusting that I actually might just end the stream. No outro. Just cut off. Just cut off.
Cut off the video.
I'm reporting the Google Doc. I'm reporting it. If I see
an error occurred and the live went down.
Yeah, because like that's crazy. Like I gave y'all the benefit of the doubt last week because it's been a minute since I watched Kung Fu Panda. But what I just sat down and watched on Sunday, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Well, Kung Fu Panda was taking it in the beginning. Y'all knew that was gonna happen. I feel like they finna go all the way through. To be honest,
they finna send this all the way.
They finna go.
Hey, if it's Kung Fu Panda versus Monsters Inc., that's nasty. That's a nasty battle final two. That's a nasty final two.
Monsters Inc. didn't win though. Yes, it did. I lied. It did win.
It beat Incredibles. I thought it was going to be Incredibles versus Shrek 2. That was my preemptive thought.
Kung Fu Panda versus Monsters Inc. That's gonna be nasty.
Who y'all got right left now? Remind me.
All right, so we at the end. Just to let everybody know.
Wait, Monsters. What about Finding Nemo? Y'all think Finding Nemo ain't gonna make it past Monsters Inc?
He was saying
wait till that.
He was saying if it made it.
But you never know, though. You never know.
We gonna see.
See that side? That's some heavy competition over there. This with Kung Fu Panda and Shrek. This better be a landslide. This better be a landslide.
I'm nervous. They making me nervous
to see
now. I'm not confident.
They like to see y'all in pain.
They do.
That's all that is.
They do.
Because
that's what it's giving.
The Powerpuff Girls versus
Gumball. The Powerpuff
Girls was crazy.
I almost flipped out of my seat when I saw that.
That was the most.
It's them 2000s kids. I'm telling y'all.
Disrespectful.
It's them 2000s kids. We 90s. We was born in 90s. They 2000s.
But see, we got the 90 kids on the second round. We had to get Gumball and them out of there. Had to escort y'all out. But just to let y'all know who's going on to round 3 of our Pixar versus DreamWorks tournament. On the Pixar side, we have Finding Nemo and Monsters Inc. Moving on the DreamWorks side, we got Shrek and Kung Fu Panda.
They not gonna choose Shrek.
Look at King's face.
They not gonna choose Shrek.
I will say this. Let me say this, America. Let me say this, America.
Okay, Bernie Mac.
I'm proud of you on this aspect. The four that we have today are really good movies. They're actually, we ain't got no BS movies on this list. Everybody can all say that those four movies have a nice, hefty, standing and foundation with them. With everything that came after, whether it's video games, merch, sequels. Those four movies, they sitting, but it was some other movies that was sitting a little higher than those, in my opinion. But congratulations to the girls that are on the list. I hate it for the ones that didn't make it.
Can I be real?
Be real, brother.
This might be a hot take. I haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon. I've only heard good things about it. I think Kung Fu Panda might be the worst franchise DreamWorks got in terms of movies that got sequels. Shrek.
In terms of movies that got sequels.
How to Train Your Dragon.
He pulling out that walk again.
I'm just saying, Kung Fu Panda. No one talks about any of them sequels for Kung Fu Panda, and I'm going to go see the fourth one tomorrow. The 2 and 3 ain't worth talking about.
I'll give you that.
I don't even want to watch it now.
But I'm gonna let you know how our team. Because what happened in that superhero tournament we did, the final two was Batman versus Thor from Marvel. They let Thor beat out Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Hulk. So I don't know.
They want to see y'all in pain. The people want to see y'all in pain.
This is This hurt season. They said, it's tournament season. Time to cause some bullshit.
Yeah. They go crazy with these tournaments. It's always one side.
I don't like this. But we have made it to the end of round 2. So to go ahead and starting to shut this down. Once again, Sage, thank you for joining us for round 2. Make sure you guys follow him on social media at Chase the Dark Sage and on Twitter at The Dark Sage. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. All of these links will be in the description of this video in the audio version. And also check out his podcast, BBC, which I forgot what it means again. But I'm going to remember BBC.
You remember that BBC, though?
I'm remember BBC.
That's so crazy.
Is it Beyond Beats and Culture?
Yes.
Nice.
See how the BBC made you remember it?
Yeah, because it wasn't what it usually means. So I had to think.
I hate y'all for doing that.
Second, I want to thank everybody who participated in the live stream, everybody who came out and voted. 215 responses is crazy. And I'm looking forward to see how many responses we get next week. It's getting a little tougher. So I don't know. Third, I want to thank King, Ryan, and Antoine for joining me on another episode of the Blerd Mob podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on social media. We're on Instagram at the Blerd Mob Pod. We're on Twitter at the Blerd Mob, and you can find us on TikTok and Facebook at the Blerd Mob Podcast. Make sure you subscribe and follow. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. And if you're watching this on Facebook Live, make sure you like the page. And make sure you check out our recently released episodes on our link tree, linktr.ee/the Blerd Mob Pod releases. We just released episode 43 of the podcast. And if you're just now watching it, we also have a mob review on Netflix's live action Avatar: The Last Airbender series. So make sure you check that out. And if you're feeling so generous, make sure you send us a donation using our Ko-fi link, ko-fi.com/the Blerd Mob Podcast. So with all that being said, see you guys next week for round 3. And this is the mob checking out. Peace.